Hello and welcome to Portsmouth This Week. I'm your host, Conley Zani. This show is under the auspices of Rich Rayner, our Portsmouth Town Administrator. Together, Rich, myself, and the entire Portsmouth This Week team are on a mission to build community. We do that by bringing you accurate and timely information about the issues that impact you. We introduce you to the faces, the personalities, the leaders in this magical place in which we live. I'm so excited. Today on the show, I have two of my favorite people from the planning department. Lea Hitchen, our town planner, and Erin Lindo, our assistant town planner. And both of you have many, many other roles that I'm not even going to get right. I know there's zoning and there's some supervising of many things. So Lea, what else other than town planner are you doing?
Great question. Thank you.
Jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades. I'm the town planner and I'm the supervisor to the building department and the wastewater manager.
Okay, right. And then Erin?
I am the zoning enforcement officer and I am the de facto webmaster for the town's website. I do with a lot of IT stuff.
Yes, I'm hearing about your tech savviness. It's just, yes, that's awesome. All right, well, so let's just kind of start. Obviously, everything's kind of interconnected, right? The building department, zoning. So can you help me and any of our viewers just understand the lay of the land? And so Erin, since you said zoning enforcement, and I'm thinking about zoning versus planning, can we just start with you and try to help me figure out who does what? And as a citizen, if I want to do a project, who do I come to?
Well, it really depends. So if you're looking to build something, then you're like, okay, I need to pull a permit. Well, there's checks there. So if it needs a zoning variance, then you come to me. Then you explain your project, what you want to do.
How do I know if I need a zoning variance? How would I even figure that out?
Well, that's the thing. We're interconnected. So the building department will say, oh, you're within the setback. So if you're in the setback, you probably need a variance of some kind.
Got it. Yeah, got it. So my first stop would maybe be planning?
Well, the planning department, building department are in the same department, so it's kind of
we
one
recently
in the same door. I go through
together.
the same door, and it's like, hello.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Very cool. All right. So there's planning, and then there's zoning, and obviously the planning. There's a planning board, a zoning board, and what are the kind of issues that each of those deal with?
So zoning board deals with granting dimensional variances, special use permits, and those two things.
Yeah. And you're there every time, right?
I'm the staff liaison.
Okay, all right. And then the planning board, that's you're there?
Me. I staff the planning board, and the planning board approves land development projects, subdivisions of that nature.
Okay.
There has been some state legislation changes where now the planning board can also grant zoning variances in some circumstances. I don't want to get into the nitty-gritty details, but there are some circumstances where that can happen. But for the most part, the zoning board grants variances, planning board grants approvals for comprehensive permit applications that include affordable housing and major land development applications.
Okay, all right. So these is this kind of a new thing from the state? Are there new state guidelines that are coming down? And I feel like I heard that maybe because they're state, I don't want to say they don't apply all the way to Portsmouth, or maybe there's just some integration that needs to happen.
About 2 years ago, Sakarchi had really wanted to implement more housing development and affordable housing being implemented. So that was a chain reaction of multiple housing bills and other housing-related land use and zoning.
Was that in general a vision of more affordable housing? Was that kind of, I don't know anything about that.
It was a combination of market rate and affordable housing that triggered multiple bills being passed that mandated municipalities be aligned with state regulations. So land use and zoning had to align our local regulations with state changes. So
that sounds like a big
It was a huge.
I see. You're like, yep.
It was a
been
huge overhaul,
Yeah.
and a lot of legislatures and lawyers had come together to make these changes happen, and it was a tough interpretation for planners to figure out what this meant, and we're still trying to interpret some of these changes because that changes happened in 2023 and then 2024, and now there's even more bills that we're still trying to interpret, and we just question where these changes came from. I feel like they came from another universe. So we actually have a consultant.
I love you, Leah. I just love how you talk about it.
Weston and Sampson, that's currently helping us update our zoning ordinance. And then these bills have come down the pike that we're trying to implement into our land use regulations and zoning ordinance.
Right.
So it's a bunch of stuff that we're trying to take in and sift through.
And understand.
And be fair, try to execute as fairly as you can under your current understanding.
Correct.
But then I'm sure more information comes in, and then I'm sure you hear everyone's opinion about.
We definitely hear everybody's opinion. Yet at the same time, while we're learning the new changes, the land use lawyers are trying to learn, the developers are trying to learn. So we're all in the same boat, and it's been very pleasant working with the land use lawyers and developers as we're all trying to figure out as we move forward.
Well, one of the things I've noticed about your department is just how collaborative it is. There's nobody's against anybody else. You're all working together, to your point right there, right?
We have to, and I have to say it's a really good team that we have in the office. I love working with Aaron. I love working with the building official.
Yeah.
We have...
and you and Aaron used to work together, East Greenwich?
Yeah.
He's my little brother. We did come from East Greenwich, and we work well together.
Yeah, and you guys have both been in the planning world for...
Forever.
Forever. Well, shall we leave it at forever? No, we won't name yours. What do you think?
I can speak for myself. I've been in the planning world for about, 10 years now?
Okay.
I think.
I started in 2004.
Okay. And it's your passion?
It's become, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I love doing this, hosting this show, because I get to talk to people like you guys that you love what you do. And I think people don't even understand, what you do day to day. And it's just so freaking cool.
It's definitely a roller coaster ride. There's many days I enjoy it and helping the general public. There's other days it's really tough.
Yeah.
And no 2 days are the same.
Yeah, no 2 days are the same.
Yeah, right. Well, let's talk about that a little bit, because I remember walking into your office. I had a question about my own property, and Leah, you were there. A couple had come in, and they were trying to tell you, this was very recently. They were like, hey, I don't know if you know this, but there's a guy down, in southern Portsmouth on East Main with all these signs that are vulgar, right? And you might not know this. And I tell you, I saw your face. You were so professional, because I know clearly you know this. And it's just it was just not funny, because I know you probably wanted to explode right there in that moment, right? But kind of to this point of the public coming in, and it's hard some days, right? Mm-hmm. It's hard. And
I do my best to keep my poker face. There's days I do it better than others.
You just got to hold it all in. And I just hope that people, maybe you want to say this or you want me to say this, it's just come on in and treat you guys with some respect, right? And you're problem solvers. You're not the enemy. You're not there to say no. You're actually there to solve problems.
We're there to work with you.
Yes.
That's
absolutely. I feel like I can definitely speak from personal experience, having just bought a really exciting property, and I had so many questions, and it's a little tricky property. And Aaron, you sat down with me and talked to me about choices and options, and I just felt so much more confident in moving forward, and I appreciate that. And I just wish everybody would come in with, just knowing that you're human beings. Mm-hmm. You're working your butts off, right? And it is hard, and that, like you said, there's a lot of stuff coming down the pipe that's constant interpretation and translation, and It does sound like an exciting job, though.
Yeah, never thought in my life I'd be like an actuary numbers kind of person. I like how we have different ideas and issues that come up every day that are just different that we have to tackle.
And we're able to bounce off each other with ideas, and like I'll come into her office like, hey, can I bounce an idea off you? Can we help solve this problem? And so that's what we kind of do.
That's awesome.
I feel like the planning and zoning building office is kind of like the sun of the whole orbital universe. Like we work with wastewater, we work with finance, we work with HR, we work with the clerk's office and the finance office and the tax collector. We even work with Ray Perry and EMA. I mean, we talk with fire and police. So we like connect to every department daily.
DPW is always
DPW.
Right? Absolutely. Well, let's talk Ray Perry EMA resilience. I don't know if that is the right link there, but you know, I know there is, maybe it's part of our comprehensive plan. I'm not sure. You can school me on that. But you know, as we think about the vision of Portsmouth in the next 10, 20 years, where does resilience play into that, and what are we doing on that?
That's like a daily conversation. We have the Aquidneck Island Resilience planner, who is, her name is Paige Myatt, and she works collaboratively with the 3 Aquidneck municipalities, Middletown and Newport, and we consider the Navy base as the 4th community. Cornelia Mueller, who is the planner for the Navy base. We meet monthly. And
that is so exciting. I just want everybody to know how exciting this is, that this grant came through.
The NOAA grant.
Yeah, for Aquidneck Island, and that established Paige's role, and she's just perfect for it. And then there is this amazing opportunity for these municipalities to work together as a region. And my understanding, I'm not going to get these numbers exactly right, but there weren't many of those grants awarded across the United States,
and we're one of them. It was extremely competitive. There were over 1,000 applications. It got narrowed down to 600. Then it got narrowed down even to a lesser number. And we actually were one of the winners.
I want to say of like maybe 30. Like something right out of.
Paige is one of the smartest people I know, and extremely smart, level-headed, humble and passionate, and she gets stuff done. And I'm glad she's on our team. And it's great working with Ron Rolansky in Middletown and Trish Reynolds, the planner in Newport. And I really enjoy working as a team, talking about resilience, because all 3 communities have the same issues when it comes to stormwater, drainage issues, flooding, nor'easters.
And protecting our water supplies.
Exactly.
Absolutely. So are there some projects or some visions that you have on that, or is that just in the works? Or?
So the main goal is to actually put a climate resilience plan together. And we just hired, or Paige just hired Cascadia Consulting to help us do that, and that's what we're working on right now.
Oh, that is really, really neat. So I know you've worked with the other municipalities in the past, right? But does this represent kind of a new level of... Yeah,
because I mean, we're meeting every month.
Wow.
So we see them all the time.
That's very, very cool.
There's other aspects of planning that we hope to get out of it in terms of housing, transportation, just with the railroad too, that goes up the west spine of Aquidneck Island, and hopefully in terms of whether that continues as a railroad up until Tiverton and Fall River, or if it becomes a bike path of some.
Let's talk about that, because I know there's been a big movement toward more biking and everything.
Well, we just did create a bike and pedestrian advisory committee. That just got up off the ground as well. So
this might be unrelated, but our bike and stroll is what, tomorrow?
Yes, it
is. That's exciting and kind
of
fun.
Love John
cool.
Vitz.
Oh, he was just on sharing the excitement about it. But there's a huge movement toward that. So there's a committee now.
There is.
Yeah. Well, so is that something that someone like myself or a viewer out there could get involved in? What are the ways that as a citizen I want to have an input into planning and that I can interact more with you? I know you want to interact more with me.
Well, it's really what aspect of planning do you want to go into?
There's so many, right?
There's a lot of different aspects of it. So.
Yeah.
I would strongly recommend that you attend planning board meetings or zoning board meetings or attend Conservation Commission or Aquidneck Island Land Trust meetings, or we're also trying to convert the Housing Authority to an affordable housing committee.
Yeah.
There's different aspects of planning.
Right. So it's like, what's your passion project, right?
Or the Bike and Pedestrian Advisory Committee, that maybe expanding upon our existing bike paths in town. Just pick one and maybe work your way up from an advisory committee to planning board, and maybe seek higher abilities to maybe a town council member. I really appreciate those people that volunteer their time and make a dent in the community.
And there's a lot of those people out there, don't you think?
I don't know if there are, because it's the same type of people that constantly go to
see the same people.
Town council meetings.
Right. Okay, well, I get that totally.
I understand people are busy in their lives.
Yeah, but you're like, get involved. That's our call to action here.
Yes, get involved.
Yeah. Well, what are other elements of the comprehensive plan that maybe we should let our viewers know about?
Well, I believe there's 10 elements of the comprehensive plan. There's natural resources.
Yep.
There's housing. There's transportation. There's circulation. There's economic development. What am I missing? There's the energy, which is a fairly new element.
And are you all leading the charge of that plan, or is that something that?
Well,
what role do you play in that comprehensive?
Within every element, we talk about the history, where we've gotten, and every element has actions, policies, and goals that we wish to obtain within the next 10 years. And we always relate every project that comes down the pike to how the project is relevant to the comp
and furthers that.
How it's consistent with the comprehensive plan.
Yeah. Is there one element that you're super excited about? Like when you think about that you're like, that is a vision and we're going to get there.
I've always been very passionate about the historic and cultural element, which I didn't mention, and that is one of my favorites, because Portsmouth is the second community in Rhode Island to be formulated after Providence.
Yeah.
Circa 1638 is when Portsmouth became Portsmouth.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of a huge history buff.
Yeah.
So that's probably my favorite element.
And we've got a lot of people in this town that are history buffs and have been on this show and others to talk about. It is really neat.
It's very neat. There's a lot of fun facts. Battle of Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Fort Butts. All those fun elements.
Yeah, we just had a show on that last week.
Yeah, I hope elementary schools take their students to these fascinating places.
Right. So in our plan, like we're trying to protect those historic spaces, and
it's a constant balance that we try to strive for.
It is a balance, right? And I'm sure. Let's go back to the affordable housing for a second, right? There's this balance between we need to have a way that people can afford to live here, and our children can afford to ultimately live here. Yet we also want to protect our open spaces, and oh my goodness, it's like, how do you strike that balance?
Exactly.
Because there are so many things involved in that, and related to protecting water supplies and not overbuilding, and so you guys are at the center, the epicenter.
And we get a lot of state mandates that we have to follow too, so we have to balance that as well.
Yeah.
And what he means by that is a comprehensive permit, which we seem to be getting a lot of, is that if 25% of the units are deemed affordable, between 50 and 120% are affordable, They're called a comprehensive permit, and there's almost nothing stopping the planning board from denying it. It can be appealed to the court system, and the court
all the way up
system,
to the state level?
the state level, and it will pretty much go through.
Okay. So an example of that, I have just heard about this Marshall property, right? And I know that's been a long time in the works, but that would be a comprehensive permit, right?
That is actually not a comprehensive permit.
Okay, so that's the wrong example then.
Well, that is a
sorry.
project that's been going on for a long time. There is 400 residential units going there, 10%.
And it's a marina.
There's a marina, and there's a restaurant and retail component. That's a planned unit development. But with a planned unit development, there's a condition that 10% have to be affordable units.
Specifically in a planned marina.
A planned marina development, 10% have to be affordable units. So 40 of those units will be deemed affordable. With a comprehensive permit, 25% of the units have to be affordable. It just so happens, let's take, for example, Church Community Housing has recently submitted an application for 15 units to be located at the former daycare at the corner.
Is it Sprague?
Of Sprague and Turnpike.
I just was on Facebook, which I should get off of, but some
stay off
cheddar,
of Facebook.
Yeah. Oh goodness, right? Yeah, misinformation, right? So let's get the real information on that. What do you know about that?
It's one application, but on separate parcels. So 15 units on the former daycare property and 25 units across the street where there used to be a gas station.
Okay.
So a total of 40 units on at that intersection there.
Okay, so that's a comprehensive
permit
so
where
25% of those.
Well, actually, this will be 100% affordable.
Oh, because
units.
it's church community housing.
Church community
At
housing.
different levels of affordability.
Yes.
So you get 50 to 100% of the area median income, and they're mixed in with in the housing. So.
Well, talk a little bit more about that. So just as somebody that doesn't know anything about how you deem what's affordable or not. So
it's based off of the area median income.
Okay.
Which is.
Do you know what that is for Portsmouth?
It changes, but it's off the top for 2025.
Ballpark? No one will hold you to it.
This one's even more unique in that they're proposing 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, and 4 bedroom. Most of the projects that we receive in town are like 2 bedroom units, but this one's a compilation, so it will be single and family residential housing. 50% goes down to like $40,000
for one person.
For one person,
and then it goes up per person that live there.
Okay. All right, so
there's a formula involved.
There's a formula, so it starts with that median income.
Median income for, what is it, Newport County?
It's Newport County. It's not specifically to Portsmouth. It's county-wide.
Okay, all right, so that's going in possibly right there. It's just the.
It did receive preliminary plan approval.
Okay.
Again, the state changed the process for planning approval in that a comprehensive permit application can get pre-application, and then it goes directly to preliminary plan approval, and then final plan approval can be approved administratively, where prior there was a master plan approval involved, and the state had cut that out. So it's supposed to be
so that's supposed to be good and more efficient, possibly.
Yeah, it puts a little bit more stress on the planner.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe not so good for you guys. Okay. All right. Well, so that's a great example, and all of those are going to be
affordable.
Affordable. But in general, it's either 10% or the 25% if it's a comprehensive.
Correct.
Man. Okay. That's so many things to keep track of. Well, we just have a couple minutes left. What else is on your mind that you want to kind of get the word out about that's going on in the planning world?
Well, Aaron and I have basically, since we started in 2022, have spent a great deal of time updating our sign ordinance.
Okay.
That was one thing that when I was hired, I was told you got to update the sign ordinance.
Yeah.
So we have been working with our consultant Weston and Sampson in revamping the sign ordinance. We presented the draft to our planning board last week.
Okay.
They seem to be pretty impressed with it. It was continued to the November 13th planning board meeting. They'll provide an advisory opinion of some nature, send it back to the town council for public hearing.
Okay.
And then that's just
everyone gets to weigh in on that.
Everybody will have the opportunity to weigh in.
And I know in our town, signs are a big discussion topic.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
I love constructive criticism.
Bring it.
Come to the meeting.
I love it, Leah. You're looking right at the camera. Just like, that's the action item. Come get your voice heard,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Right?
We also want to mention about our permitting systems, how all of our permits, even including our building permits, were online, but we switched to OpenGov to come in line with the rest of the state, basically. Okay. Every other community in the state has building permits.
And I bet you're loving that, being the tech guy that you are.
Yeah. I like
Leah,
it.
not so much. I don't know. It's
I like stone tablets.
You got your chisel out.
But we also have our zoning application, zoning certificate, planning applications are now online.
And that was another state requirement that the state implemented. And
okay.
I am happy to say we actually got online back on September 1st, so we were a month ahead.
You were ahead?
Thanks to Aaron. He did get us up and running.
That's great.
And
all right.
State,
so when I need to go and do my properties plans, I'm going to go online to OpenGov.
Mm-hmm. Portsmouth OpenGov.
Portsmouth OpenGov.
PortsmouthRI.gov, and then you'll see a button down there that says online permitting. Click that button and you can apply for whatever.
What if I just want to come talk to you all?
You are more than welcome.
More than welcome. We're always open.
We have our own sentinel. Sits in the front. Her name's Heather.
Yes, I like her. Yeah, she's a good gatekeeper.
Yeah, she's the gatekeeper.
Yeah.
But you just say you want to talk to Aaron, you want to talk to Leah, you want to talk to Matt, and she will come get us.
You guys are amazing. We are so lucky to have you in Portsmouth. Seriously.
Thank you.
I appreciate all your hard work and thank you. Thank you. Will you come back and be on the show again?
Sure.
I hope so. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here.
Of course.
I'll talk to you all soon.
Sounds good.
This has been Portsmouth This Week. We'll see you next time.
Hi, we're from Aquidneck Island Adult Learning Center in Newport, Rhode Island. We're looking for students and volunteers for our many classes, including GED, English as a Second Language, nursing assistant, phlebotomist, med tech, medical technician, apprenticeships, computer skills, and lots more.
Please contact us if you'd like more information. Thank you.
Lucy's Hearth is a family shelter in Middletown, Rhode Island. We provide a continuum of housing supports for families experiencing homelessness across Rhode Island. If you are looking for ways to help, please visit our website at lucyshearth.org.